This is the second project that we have submitted, sir. So it is Gram Sanrakshan Dalams, basically village defense squads. They are called Gram Sanrakshan Dalams in Telugu. So first, I'll start with the context. So basically, the duty of the police is to maintain law and order and ensure the protection of life and property of the people. But we have around 1,300 villages in our district. Each village has its own vulnerabilities, own flashpoints, social, economic, communal. And we have around 20 to 25 villages in each police station. Now, each police station has around 20 to 25 people working in it, 20 to 25 constables, and 20 to 25 villages. So, on an average, if we see, only around one constable per village we can allot for doing everything to serve the beats, to maintain law and order over there. And it becomes a very, very difficult job to ensure our presence at the ground level, to ensure effective presence at the ground level. So we came up with this initiative so that we have a force multiplier at the ground level. This initiative consists of constituting teams of 10 to 15 volunteers in each village, who will serve as the first layer of defense or the first responders in case of any law and order problem, in case of any communal problem, or in case of any property offense taking place, or any emergency. So there is another context to this initiative. So in state of Andhra Pradesh, few months back, we had a series of attacks taking place on a number of temples, on a number of religious places, which led to a lot of hue and cry regarding the safety of religious places, regarding communal incidents. So in order to control such kind of incidents, in order to control such kind of communal issues, we came up with this initiative in which there will be a committee, there will be a peace committee or village defense squad in every village, which will maintain a vigil over all the religious places at night as well as in the day. They will continuously patrol the village, and if any incident takes place, they will respond. So in this initiative, earlier people used to look towards the police, that somebody will come and save, somebody will respond. Now the first responder responsibility is with the people themselves. We have motivated them and we have given them confidence that you yourself can be the protectors of your village. You yourself can take the ownership and responsibility. So the youth and the has played a very, very large role in the constitution and functioning of these village defense squads. So we were with these. So the basic objectives So the basic objectives of these village defense squads, they maintain a constant vigil on all the antisocial elements and troublemongers in the village. They serve night patrols and beats during the day to prevent property offenses and mishappenings. They have conducted a security audit of all the religious places, of all the religious temples, churches, mosques in the village, so that if there are any lapses, if there are any shortcomings with regard to the security of that place, for example, if there is no fencing, if there is no CCTV camera, if there is no night guard in all those religious places. So steps were taken to address those shortcomings and arrange all those things. Then in case of any law and order incident, they are the first to respond and they are the first to inform the local police. And as soon as we get the information, we rush to the place of incident. So these village defense squads have been serving multifarious objectives. In addition to this, during the times of COVID, they have also been enforcing the lockdown at the village level. Next. So now, the way we went about establishing these village defense squads. So our officers ranging from SHOs to DSPs, they went to each village and they conducted meetings. There are some photographs of the meetings that were conducted. So to motivate villagers to come forward, to take responsibility for their own village, for their own protection. So once the committees were constituted, once the village defense squads were constituted, then there were regular visits and regular checking by officers. So there are point books. There are point books in each village, which through which we can monitor whether the village defense squads are working or not. During night beats, our constables, when they go to every village, they check those point books. They check whether the village defense squads are serving the night patrols or not. Then we conducted capacity building programs for them. Capacity building programs for all the village defense squads were conducted regarding how they can function, how they can go about doing their duties, how they are also being used by police to collect intelligence and information at the local level, which has served our department very well. So there is a constant monitoring and guiding by the officers from the police department regarding this, the functioning of these village defense squads. So we have constituted around 1,022 village defense squads in as many villages, and they have around 11,073 members. So we can estimate of the outreach of the impact that this program has had, and still these village defense squads are functioning very well, I'll say. So next.
2 more minutes, please.
These village defense squads have also been instrumental in installing 3,111 CCTV cameras in at the village level through local gathering of funds. So we motivated people to come forward and contribute to the cause. Once we install CCTV cameras, there is a lot of deterrence towards any kind of mischief, from any kind of law and order incidents, from any kind of property offenses. Next. So they have also been used very effectively in the enforcement of COVID lockdown. Next. So one good result of the constitution of these village defense squads. So after the constitution of village defense squads, we have detected 9 property offenses within a span of 24 hours after the incident took place. So out of these 9 incidents that we were able to trace, that 9 offenses we were able to trace, in 3 offenses, the village defense squads, they were able to catch the offender while he was trying to run away after committing the offense. In rest of the incidents, the CCTV camera footage was used to trace the offender within 24 hours. So we have had immediate results in the prevention of property offenses and in the detection and investigation of property offenses after the constitution of these village defense squads. So these are the various objectives and the purposes, the ends to which we are using these village defense squads. Next. So as I mentioned, we were able to detect 9 temple theft offenses. Next. So we have had good appreciation and coverage of this initiative in the local press as well as in the state level press, and even our initiative was recognized at the state level, and it was implemented at the state level by our honorable DGP sir. So it was starting from our district, it was emulated to all the other districts, and it has been functioning very well in other places also. So with the constitution of these village defense squads, we have been able to get a force multiplier to police department at the ground level, where initiative and where responsibility and ownership is taken by the villagers and the local people. That's all from my side. So thank you.
Good. Just one question.
Well,
Is there any incentive to volunteers in the squad?
Sir,
Why should they work?
uh, sir, basically in our village defense squads, there are two type of members. So some members are from the village secretariat. So village secretariat has been constituted in the state of Andhra Pradesh in each village. So the panchayat secretary, some of the workers who get regular government salaries, they are part of this village defense squad. Along with them, we have some volunteers, some young people at the village level who do it because they feel a responsibility, they feel a sense of ownership towards their village, and they are doing it without any incentive. Whenever there is some good work, whenever they are able to contribute something concretely, we take special initiative to reward them. We honor them. We give them some reward or something. So that is the motivation with which they are working.
Okay, thank you from my side.
I really appreciate the initiative that you have taken and the innovativeness which is there to improve the policing in your district. I think it's good. The issue is how sustainable it is over a period of time with the change of people. Now, that is one thing, how systematic and you can make it happen so that it really gets ingrained and become irrespective of whosoever is heading the district police force. So I think that is going to be a challenge for the sustainability of the initiative that you have taken. I leave it to you how you would like to dwell on that.
Sir, as you have very rightly mentioned, that sustainability will be one of the challenge to this project. So for ensuring that, we have tried to systemize it. So the constitution of this village defense squad, we have given an order in which there are some permanent members, some ex officio permanent members who are government servants at the village level. Like I mentioned, the Gram Sachivalayam, the village secretariat employees are ex officio members in these village defense squads. So whosoever whosoever is posted to that village, they will automatically be members of this village defense squad. So along with them, so we keep on conducting meetings. We keep on motivating people to contribute and to be members. We are trying to systemize it further and to inculcate into the regular monitoring mechanism. So whosoever is the officer at the helm, even after next year or 2 years after that, if it is once it is inculcated into the monitoring mechanism of our district, it will continue.
Good.
So we
Okay.
Excellent. Chaliye.